So this is how my day was. Let's put this up a little bit. Let's go back a little bit. Today is Sunday, June 21st, 2020. The best year ever. Today was an interesting day. I woke up at 6:30, went on a run. I haven't ran in like a couple weeks, so it felt good, honestly. It felt great. It's 11:56 right now. It's just about midnight, and I should be getting to bed about now. The bottom string of my guitar was non-existent, so I bought new strings. So while I tell you about my day, I'm going to restring my guitar. You know how I remember the guitar is? Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. So Eddie Torres. Eddie ate dynamite. Goodbye Eddie. That's how I remember it. So I woke up at 6:30 and I went on a run. It felt great. It felt great to get that blood flow. I felt my face was kind of flushed. It was like, I don't want to say flat, I don't know what the right word is. Like I could feel my face was hot because last night I did the derma roller. So that's fun. And then after that, I got some breakfast at the DFAC. And then I rushed over to Boise so I could go to church on time. I wonder if I have wire cutters. I don't have wire cutters. Scissors it is. I've only been talking for 4 minutes. Whee! Eddie ate. What did he eat? he ate some dynamite. Goodbye, Eddie. So I was at Calvary, Boise, and I sat right up front and center, like I always do. And no one really came and said hi to me. It was only because there were people that, a couple, they were older, and she was the only one that actually acknowledged me. No one else talked to me at all, so that was a little upsetting. Did you hear me fart? Because I farted, and it stinks. I can't wait to see all this when I'm older. Swoon. Swoon. Silver Sun Pickups. One of the best albums ever. One of my favorite albums. I've liked it since I was 10, 11. Dad, help me out. When did you introduce me to Silver Sun Pickups? Fuck! Motherfucker! It's short. Did I curse? Did I really curse? Was that necessary? I was thinking about that because I lost my wallet today as well. I didn't get to that part. Like, is that really necessary to curse like that? Because it's just $10. These strings were really cheap. You want to know what I'm thinking right now? There's a lot of things I want to say, but I'm kind of like afraid to say them. But really, it's just going to be me that watches them. But is it really just going to be me while I watches these journals in the future, or is it going to be someone else, or is this even going to be documentary or something? There's no need for further cursing. Anyways, Dynamite! I'm the pimp! Dynamite! I'm the pimp! Dynamite! Oh, my dad is so funny. I think that's why I'm so weird. No, I know that's why I'm so weird. It's because of my parents. Oh, my parents are wacky. Like, my dad is some next level, like... You think I'm weird? See my dad. And if you think my dad's weird, see Grandpa Rob. Grandpa Rob is like on coke 24/7 or something like that. He's something else. That's the Brown family right there. Alright, so a little tip when you put strings on is when you hold it, like pull it out and then keep it like tight. You know what I mean? And that way you don't do what I did earlier, like, oh, it's too short, and it wasn't. I was like, wait a sec. Anyway, so today I went to Calvary, Boise. Second time. It's a cool church. I like the interior. The worship's nice. I like the aesthetic. Here, let me pull up my notes. Actually. 21st June. Here's the bottom. Stuff. So, what did I write? Second time at Calvary, Boise. No one was sitting up front. It was so, like the first and second row were. There weren't a whole lot of people there. I got there like I got in the chapel 7 minutes prior. I bet there was a bunch of people talking and people show up to church late. Good. That's not good. That's not good. Don't show up to church late. Show up to church on time. Be a good church goer. Yeah. I actually have plans for my family when we go to church. So I actually thought about this back when I was going to church at Christ Community in Omaha. And I had a lot of thoughts about like what my future family was like. I pretty much was like Grandpa Rob, but Grandpa Rob. It's like I carry on the torch. Like I told my parents that like when I become old, I'm gonna be like almost just like Grandpa Rob, but like myself. And they're like, oh dear God. Oh, if you knew Grandpa Rob. Oh, he's such a blessing. So is Miss Ann Brown. So put it on, tighten, thumb. Okay, that's not what I'm gonna do. So I had thought about. Stay. Good boy. Good boy, Gilmore. you ever had the chance to know Gilmore. Very good boy. I bet by the time you're watching this, he's in heaven with Callie girl. I miss Callie. I miss Callie so much. I'm going to show you Callie real quick. And so, with church, what I was thinking is have like seating areas, like this is our spot. This is where we sit at church. What I was also thinking is we would be like the most powerful family in that church. But then what we could also do is say once a month, or like, yeah, once a month, every 4 services, we would randomly sit somewhere, and wherever we sat, we would get to know that person or that family that was with us, and take them out for brunch or something. And so like, if it was my kid, like let's say I had a kid and he or she was 7, she would take that family out for brunch. Just thinking, like, how can a kid do that? Like, first of all, my kid's gonna grow up fast. Like, Fortnite dances are not gonna be existent. Why did I say Fortnite dances? But like, immaturity just... Well, I'm fucking immature as hell, so... I think, for me, it's just like... I'm very childish at heart, but I know when it's time to be serious. Like, we hang out, like, I am a kid. Like, I'll say some weird stuff. Anyways, with the church, so like, I would take a family, and then my wife would take another family out, and we would just get to know more people at the church, and I think it'd be really awesome. I want to be like a young adult leader. That's what I've kind of realized. Is like, not necessarily middle school, not high school. I'm thinking college kids or like elementary. There's like no real in between. There's my roommate. What up, roommate? Yo. I'm not talking to myself. I'm vlogging right now, if you were wondering. Or I could be talking to myself. I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares. And I think that'd be a great way, because I feel like today in 2019, communities aren't really a thing. Like, I know my roommate, like that was probably the most interaction we've had all day. It's probably the most interaction we're gonna get all week. It's like that same thing, like, hey, and that's it. It's not like, hey, you want to go hang out? I mean, I don't know if we have anything in common or not. I'm pretty sure I've gone off topic like a million times. I was supposed to tell you about how my day was, but I purposely have these videos so that we could go off topic. And yeah, those are my thoughts are, and that's what these journals are for. Because I've been talking for 20 minutes. Jeez Louise. I need to get to bed as well. It's past midnight. I have work tomorrow. Did you hear that? Yeah. every time I make a trip to Boise, it's really interesting. Holy cow. It's always an interesting trip to Boise. This is part 1. Part 2 coming up.